Zach Life Beat Depression. It's day 686, and we're back with another fix of somatic healing sessions to wipe out depression. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here now. Anyone who's tuning in later, as you know, it's a martial arts or mental health show. We like to focus in on those mental health tools first. First one being gratitude. And gratitude today going out to Paula. Appreciate you, Paula, back there in my hometown, Jersey. Thank you for the support. And to Two Support Cafe, thank you so much for tuning in and for the support. Even if you're just stopping in to say hello, I appreciate that moment since time is all we have out here. So it is day 686, and today my gratitude is going out to you, everybody who's tuned in now, anyone tuning in to support each other, showing up for themselves and motivating others at the same time. Talking to you, Mad with Hats, and to Dana, thank you as well for being here. Appreciate you guys and girls, and you are all part of my gratitude section. So go ahead and think about something that you're grateful for today. That'll help put you in that positive mind as we move into the lesson. Second mental health tool we want to talk about is that list tool, progress tracking, keeping track of that daily goal accomplishment. It's been 686 days of consecutive training for me, the Sackman. Let me know how many days it's been for you. By keeping track of that number, build self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-validation, which nobody, not even the lies of depression, can take away from us, because we're the ones who gave it to ourselves. So keep on going. Bong bong, day 124, we're here. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Heck yeah. I like your spirit, man. 124 days of progress. That's good stuff. That's nothing to shake a stick at. You should be proud of yourself for putting in over 100 days of work, getting into those triple digits, and making that progress for yourself, continuing to show up, because it's hard enough just to get out of bed. So congrats to Mad with Hats for your progress and for sharing that progress and helping to inspire and motivate others. Shout out as well to Lisa the Luminary. Thanks for being here. We talked about, and there's Slayer Ken as well. These guys and girls, you are my rocks out here. Keeping consistent, you're staying strong. Day 386 for Lisa, just crushing those goals. Amazing, amazing. Thank you guys so much. And Ken, I know you're up there getting close to 300 every single day, and it's amazing how fast we can make so much progress. And it's also amazing that if we didn't keep track of this number, we'd have no idea. Right, for most of us. 295 days for Ken, 5 days away from that big 300. It's a big mark. Make sure to get you a shout out for that consistency and racking up those high numbers of progress, sharing them with others. When Roses Blossom, thank you as well for being here. Appreciate your support. And that's going to be the end of that second mental health tool. Appreciate all you guys for sharing that progress. So we got gratitude, we got our list tool. Let's talk about visualization, and we'll get into the lesson a little bit. So during normal martial arts practice, when you practice in shadow boxing, you like to visualize that opponent. It's very important. Helps get your technique down, get that accuracy right, and practice proper technique and form. And when we're boxing for mental health, when we're shadow boxing for mental health, we want to assign that visual target the word that you want to work on. So if it's anxiety or depression, assign that dummy, that physical formation, the word depression or anxiety. Make that the depression dummy or the anxiety dummy, and that way we can knock those lies clear out of his stupid face. Typo from Ken, 294. Still way up there, man. 6 days left to hit 300, and those are big numbers, so congrats on that progress, Ken. Thank you guys for sharing. So, we talk about visualization and that opponent. So today we're going to be working on those basics again, drilling fundamentals, because they are, in fact, fundamental. Advanced martial artists will tell you that it's really good, well done, very well executed fundamentals that make them advanced fighters. So we're going to work that jab and cross, but we're going to talk about movement a little bit more today. So if you're familiar with the Muay Thai stance, you know what we're talking about. We're going to be in that balanced Muay Thai stance in orthodox position. Orthodox position is when your dominant hand is in the back, your rear foot matches that rear hand, and that's your power hand. You're going to use that for the cross. Now with southpaw position, everything switches, boom, and now your dominant hand's in the front and your non-dominant hands in the back. So we're going to be switching through from southpaw to orthodox stance as we practice some fundamental combos. We're also going to throw in some uppercuts in there, and we'll do a little bit of slipping and countering with those uppercuts as well. All working around that visualized target, that depression dummy, all while going at our pace. A pace that challenges us, to put in some effort. Give yourself a challenge. Make sure it's not too light because it'll get boring, too hard, and you'll need a day off. So you want to find that flow zone in between where you can challenge yourself to your skill level, and as that level goes up, you can increase that challenge and see consistent growth for at least 294 days, or 124, or 686, however many you're keeping track of. And we can avoid burnout and avoid those signs of overreaching. Some of those things you got to watch out for when it comes to overreaching is nauseousness, lightheadedness, dizziness, spots in the vision. All of those things are telling you need to dial back that intensity and bring it back a couple notches. We'll have the fighting spirit of the 80s coming out of that sweet boombox to fuel our fighting spirit as we knock that depression dummy out of our day. And so standard rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks in between to catch your breath and drink some water. And we're going to get right into it. I'll break down those combos as we go. Again, we're starting from orthodox, standard, balanced Muay Thai stance. If you're not familiar with that stance, we'll break that down just a little bit in this first section as well. But let's get some tunes going and get this thing on the road. All right, let's do it. Round 1, square up with that visualized opponent. Square the hips, square the shoulders. Bring the guard high by the brow line, close those fingers, tuck the thumbs, and shift that body weight forwards and backwards from front foot to back foot. If you haven't done it before, visualize that square on the ground. Ball the front foot top corner, ball the back foot bottom corner. Keep the knees bent and shift that weight forwards and backwards. We're going to step into a jab, cross, pop, pop, twist through. Step in on that front foot, small step forward as you twist through the hips and shoulders, driving that fist forward. And rotate back to square. Jab, cross. Exhale on those strikes, keeping the head nice and center, chin tucked. Guard high. Step in and hit that dummy with the jab, cross. Go ahead and you feel free to copy me visually. Stepping forward, getting closer, and then stepping backwards. As we move in our Muay Thai stance, you'll notice that when I'm moving in a direction, that foot moves first. So if I'm going forwards, front foot moves first, and the back foot follows. When I'm going backwards, back foot moves first, front foot follows. We stay in our balanced stance the whole time. Go ahead and step in and hit him with the jab cross. Get close enough to attack and do it. Let's go. Exhale hard through the mouth for those strikes. And back to stance, keep it square. Now we're going to add in another jab. So it's going to be a jab, cross, jab. And this time, instead of just stepping backwards, what we're going to do is switch right back over into a southpaw stance. So we're pivoting on that rear foot this time. Go ahead and hop back into your orthodox stance and step forwards to meet that depression dummy. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3 combo. Boom, boom, boom. Once we make contact here, we're going to rotate. We're going to pivot on that rear foot and rotate back, boom, into southpaw stance. Now we've got the same thing going from the opposite side. We're adapting, step in, and hit him with the jab cross. Exhale from southpaw, keep it southpaw here. Jab cross, down that center line, turn those fists over. And keep the chin nice and square, guard high. Twist through the hips, twist through the shoulders. It's going to feel a little weird in southpaw because we haven't practiced it a lot. But try and return to that balanced squared stance after each combo. And hit it with the jab cross. Turn those fists over. 3-hit combo now. 1, 2, 3. And back to stance. Now on this one, we're going to hit him with the 3 hits. Boom, boom, boom. And we're going to pivot back again on that rear foot. Pivoting over into orthodox position. And we're back where we started. Step in, deliver that 1, 2, 3. Twist through the shoulders and hips. Twist through shoulders and hips. Twist through. And now we're going to pivot on that rear foot. Swinging over to southpaw. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. And pivot. Back to orthodox. Let's end around 1. Catch your breath. Drink some water. Check in on you. Make sure you're doing all right. We'll pick up a little more intensity in round 2. Adding in slips and uppercuts and continuing to switch around. From orthodox to southpaw. Woo. And it's important to work on things that we're uncomfortable with, and I am uncomfortable in southpaw. So I'm going for southpaw training today. We'll mix more of that in. That way we can balance out our skills and be adaptable to any situation, not being stuck in one form. Shout out to Luca. He says he was late. That's all right. You're here, buddy, and that's what counts. Showing up is what counts. No matter whether you're late or on time, as long as you're putting in that work. And I hope you're keeping track of your progress out there. It's been 686 days for the Sackman. Let me know how many days it's been for you, buddy. And we got 3 seconds, and we're popping back into Muay Thai stance. Cover that stance again. Square on the ground. Ball of the foot goes in the top corner. Ball of the back corner. Bend the knees. Guard high. Everything's nice and centered. And we're going to do that march. We're going to step in. Front foot moves forward, back foot follows. We never bring the feet together. We never become narrow and unbalanced. We want to keep that head centered the whole time. Go ahead and step forwards and deliver the 1, 2, 3 combo. Jab, cross, jab, and now we're going to pivot on that rear foot back into southpaw position. Keep the guard high, chin tuck, jab, cross, jab, boom, boom, and pivot on the rear foot back over to orthodox position. Shout out to Tanea, thank you for being here. Square up with that depression dummy, let's keep it going. 3-hit combo, step in. And after that 3rd hit, pivot on the rear foot, right over to southpaw. Be adaptable out there, let's go. Get close to him, hit him with the 1, 2, 3. And pivot right on over to southpaw. Keep that guard high the whole time. Don't drop those hands. Keep the chin tucked and keep that body weight moving. Step in for the 1, 2, 3. And pivot. Boom. Right over to southpaw. Step in for the 1, 2, 3. Pivot. Boom. Back to orthodox. And keep it square and balance the whole time. Step in, and as you get closer, jab, cross, jab, and pivot right on over to southpaw. Step in again, pop, 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 and switch over to orthodox. Keep it moving back and forth, and pivoting, creating that space. You notice as we pivot, we're pivoting backwards, creating that space between us, starting over, coming back in from a different angle, and hitting with the 1, 2, 3. Pivot, boom. 1, 2, 3, as you get close, pivot, boom, put that space in there, keep the guard high. When you're in striking range, hit that dummy, and pivot back out, create that space. Let's teach them a lesson. Step in, pivot, boom, step in, pivot, boom, keep that guard high, keep it switching, switch, boom, step in, switch, 1, 2, 3 combo. When you get close, twist through on the ball of the front foot, ball of the back foot, ball of the front foot again, and now we're going to pivot on the ball of the back foot, boom, into southpaw. Let's go, 1, 2, 3, switch, keep it moving, 1, 2, 3, switch, keep it going, 1, 2, 3, switch, and back to it, 1, 2, 3, switch, and let's go. Now we're going to work a little slip action. We're going to slip in, bring this elbow into the center line, and then we're going to come out of it, boom, with an uppercut. So, from your guard in southpaw position, we're going to turn those shoulders in, and then rotate through, boom, drive that fist right up the center line. That is the end of round 2, catch your breath. We'll get more into those uppercuts in round 3, uppercuts and slips. And, in getting to location, appreciate you for being here. Thank you for that support, Tanea. And Claire started chemo Monday. I think my days is 16, maybe. Luca, thank you for keeping track of those days. Please do write them down somewhere. That way you don't forget. If I didn't write mine down, I would definitely forget. Also, want to shout out best wishes to Claire in her fight. She is a warrior. She is a fighter out there going through chemo, 5 years old, staying strong, doing what she can, showing up from time to time, fighting forwards with us. So shout out to Claire. Hope that she's doing well out there, and let her know we're thinking about her. We've got 10 seconds to pop back into stance, back into Muay Thai position, and we're going to work in some of those uppercuts in this next one. We're also going to work on some slips. So for the slip, our goal is to get the head off the center line, right, and cover up and deflect what's coming in. So for the slip, when we're in orthodox position, nice high guard, what we're going to do is close that hand into a fist and let the top of the hand brace on the top of the head. Usually you have a glove on, and this arm will become a shock absorber. We want to bring that shield in forwards and twist through just to get our head off that center line. When the strike's coming in, boom, off the center line, we take the impact or we slip the shot, and then we're gonna toss an uppercut back from the rear hand. So once you turn the shoulders in, we're pre-wound, right? We're twisted across. We got this rear fist loaded. We're gonna drop it down to about 90 degrees, locking that elbow in at 90 degrees. Wrist nice and straight, palm facing up, and we're gonna twist back through the hip, sending that fist up the center line. Try and bring the elbow into the center line, drive through those hips, and send that fist right through that depression dummy's face. Let's do it. Step in for the 1, 2, 3. Ba, ba, ba. Back to stance, cover up with the slip, and then drop that fist to 90, right? Lock that elbow in at 90, twist through, boom, and send that fist right up the center line, square into the chin of that depression dummy. Back to guard, and keep it moving. Make some space, and get closer. Get up in his face. 1, 2, 3. On the third, switch over to southpaw position. Let's execute from the opposite side. 1, 2, 3. Square up, and this time slip from the opposite side from southpaw. Drop that fist to 90 and drive back through. Switch back over to orthodox, and let's start it all over again. 1, 2, 3 combo. Back to stance. Step in and slip. Counter with the uppercut. Slip. Counter with the uppercut. Use that momentum. Use that body weight and twist through. Let those moves feed each other. Find that flow in your routine. Step in for 1, 2, 3, switching into southpaw after this next one. 1, 2, 3, switch into southpaw. Step in. 1, 2, 3. Square up, guard, counter uppercut. Back to stance. 1, 2, 3, switch. Switch. And we're in orthodox. Get close. Hit him with the 1, 2, 3. Square up. Counter with that uppercut. Let's do it. Slip and counter. Boom. There it is. Back to stance. 1, 2, 3, switch. Let's go. Switch. Boom. Step in for the 1, 2, 3. Without the switch. Guard and counter. Guard, counter. Boom. Square up. 1, 2, 3, switch. Switch over to orthodox. Keep it moving. Step in. 1, 2, 3. Square up. Guard and counter. There it is. Step in, 1, 2, 3, switch. Let's go. Switch. Step in, guard and counter. Boom, keep it going. Step in, 1, 2, 3, switch. Switch. Boom, step in, guard and counter. Boom, there it is. And that is the end of round 3. Went a little bit over, but it's good to give us a bonus round. When you feel like you can, make sure you're challenging yourself to your level and doing what you can. Remember, you deserve what you give out here. So if you give it 100%, you deserve 100% of the benefits of that. And you can assure yourself you get those benefits by staying consistent and keeping track of that progress and pushing every day, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be too much. Don't have to crush, crush those physical goals and put us into a state where we'll need a passive day off. We aim for active recovery. And tomorrow's one of those active recovery days. We'll drop that intensity down. We'll give our bodies the rest and break that it needs, because rest and recovery is a very important part of training and making progress. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the class, and if you're having a good experience, please do share it with the world at Sack Life Daily on YouTube. And until then, I'll catch you same Sack time, same Sack channel, same Sack Life. Sackman out.